Hello there YouTube, this is RedFox468 back again with another how to draw video. So yeah, we're gonna continue on from the lesson of last week. So you know what, let's zoom in here and begin the lesson. Okay, now that we have zoomed in here, well, before we begin with what I was intending to do, I'm gonna show you one little thing. One of my subscribers commented if I could draw some furry eyes. Not furry with fur, but I mean those supposedly animals slash human people. For example, werewolf, their eyes, you know how they are, whatever. Something like that he told me. And I was thinking about it, and I was looking through some pictures of them. I'm really not the type of guy to use all of those highlights and making it so girly like, but the subscriber commented, so I'm gonna show you a little bit. So let's put it over here, and then let's smooth zoom a little bit more. There we go. So basically what I do when I start my eyes for animals or such, I begin with a big curve and then drop it down right there. Not that much. And I do the same thing with the other side. Now you can choose to have this side pointing or this side pointy, or both rounded or both pointy. For right now, I'm just gonna keep it how it is. So you don't have to stay with this design. You can also choose to make it a bit more rounded. See if I can get the shape right. I'm always struggling with. As you can see, you can get a more rounded shape at the ends. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one. We'll use this example also, but later. So then, for example, for cat eyes, you know that basically they have those big eyes. They have smaller thing here. So then, what I like to do is I want to figure out where am I gonna place all those highlights. I'm thinking of placing one big one over here. Somewhat of a small one right here. And probably one small over here. That's where all the highlights are gonna be. So then I just erase those lines that are bothering the highlights. Make sure to make the lines quite not quite soft actually. Don't press hard on the pencil. Make them light. Make the lines really light. Light enough for you to erase easily. So then, now that I have that, we darken in the middle one, and we kind of shade the outer part. Now what you can also do is lightly shade the back of it. It says it's not too go. There we go. So I'm just gonna darken this one, and we're still good. What you can also do here is thicken the top layer. Now that we have thickened the top layer, you can choose to add a little definition of shadow there. but for the most part, finish. Now we just add the little thing here. So basically with furry eyes, their eyes are actually much more compact together. If you say they're not open as a regular human eyes, they're closed at all ends. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now then, I have a bit of time. Now, what I wanted to get to. Apparently, I want to continue on in making. We're gonna like the anatomy and stuff of a human being, whatever. So you know what I'm gonna take? I'm gonna take this ruler, and I'm gonna zoom out a little bit actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Okay, you know what? I just use centimeters. So for every 2, yeah, for every 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces between each other. Now, when drawing manga or cartoon or anything, there's a certain anatomy you want to keep. So let's get to that right now. Let's pretend we draw the head here. Now the head consists of the whole entire head, chin to the top of the head. So that's why I decided to make it a little bit, the circle a bit small, so that I can fit. There we go. We have the basic head in there. Just erase all of this stuff. Now that we have the basic head, size of the head, you want to start dropping down and curving the lines to seem like a shoulders, right around halfway between the 2 points right here. You can choose to make the shoulders more broad or more thin, depending on your character. After that, we're just gonna drop a whole big line coming straight down. This is gonna help us with the arms and the body and stuff. So it's basically like a throwing knife here. You can see it. Now that we have that, we're gonna see. So this is around a little bit right here. No, right here. And halfway between these two. So halfway between this one and this one, halfway is the shoulders, and halfway between this one and this one here, it's where the hips are gonna be, and where the arm folds right here. So you know where your elbow is at? That's where it's gonna be also. So then, now that we have that, probably a little bit below. Yeah, a little bit more closer to this one. Now that we have that, we're gonna try to draw the arm here. Stops there. do this. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but trying to teach you some basic guidelines. There's some basic drawings here. Trying to keep it as basic as possible. So there, as you can see. Now, in some occasions, I really recommend it. You can make where the hip stops a little bit more down if you want. You don't necessarily have to, but where the body basically folds, that's what this will be, but the hips are actually quite more down. This part. So this is where your body folds, and this is where your hips are. Oh well, in this style, I guess. Now that we have that, I can just draw some really rough guidelines here. And stop around there. There we go. So now that we have that there, we're thinking of, I don't know, maybe, so basically the legs will be between these two, a little bit more closer to this one, probably like 2/3 of the stop points here. It's basically where the feet are going to be. So these are your feet, the feet of the character. Don't forget the hands here. Now, what I can see here is that probably the hands are a bit too... Oh, this is why. I made the forearms a little bit too long, so shorten the forearms a little bit, and that's where the hands are gonna be. There you go. Now the legs, quite different. Okay, so now that we have that done, so as you can see, I drew them between, so this is the bottom, and this is where the hips are. So you see, the knees actually end up a little bit around halfway between these two. Probably a little bit more up, or yeah, probably a little bit more up, but that's where the knees rely. And then for the feet, we can just add a few circles here. And voila, we're somewhat done. We're done. Just trying to give you a general idea of how the anatomy of this stuff works. So basically, for manga, it's 6 heads in length. Just try to keep that. Practice more and more with the stick figures that I showed you, where you do a stick figure like this, and you have that, and you have this, and then the stick figure here, the arms, continue down, top it right here, see the hips, there, feet, whatever. But as you can basically see, Doing this with the stick figure will help you create poses and the anatomy of a manga character. And it's basically 6 heads tall. Basically, for in real life, you will actually be 7.5. I think 7.5 heads. In manga, you can be around 6 heads or 6.5, depending. Now that you have this, this can somewhat be applied to cartoon as well. Except that, in cartoon you can exaggerate a big time. But yeah, that's roughly around the size of a human being. Such manga, whatever, la la la. So I hope this has helped. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and please subscribe. It will be greatly appreciated. And I forgot what to say. Oh yeah, make sure you. Oh, I did say like. Isn't like and rate the same thing? I think it is. Huh? I don't know. Well, either way, thank you for watching. And until next time, sayonara.